Back in the studio after the short intermission, we've got Daniil Dubov as a guest, fluent English speaker, strong chess player, interesting person. Played a very tense game against Peter Svidlo, and waiting for your explanations of what was going on the board.
Well, long story short, I have no idea, obviously. Well, first of all, when you play Rui Lopez against Svidler, you obviously feel like studying something, right? I mean, it's basically you think Rui Lopez, you think Svidler. And I've never tried Rui Lopez against him before, so yeah. This time, I decided to give it a try. So the one he played makes sense, is Queen D3. I actually don't remember if it's a novelty or it's like rare move or something, but I remember that it's one of the top choices of an engine. So yeah, it obviously makes sense. Castles, bishop d5, takes h6, bishop h4, g5. Now you kind of need to be able to recall the right line after knight takes g5, which I think I was capable of doing, although I was not sure. I mean, you obviously take, you go, I think knight takes d4, knight c3, and then you sort of try to recall something and calculate something, but black is fine here.
Yeah, maybe bishop e6 or...
Yeah, probably. But then some e5 is coming. I mean, it's just a mess.
So, but like, if you don't remember the certainty here, is it scary on the board, or you just 100% sure that you will recall it anyway?
I mean, I felt like he will probably go for it, but first of all, I mean, after bishop g5, it's probably, it's probably a little too late to... No, I mean... First time bishop g5. It's probably a little too late to regret this, because I mean, good or bad, I have to do it. Secondly, I thought, well, I mean, sometimes I'm capable of calculating few moves, so I thought I will probably manage. And then he went bishop g3, which makes a lot of sense. And the last thing I remembered was that it sort of does exist, Then I started to think. So first of all, I think there is a funny trap. So if I go g4, then I guess it's exactly bishop h4. So the point is, if you start with e5, I think at least I can try.
At least you can
d takes, I believe,
D takes.
Well, that's what I thought. So the difference is that if you start with bishop h4, then after g takes you go e5, and it's basically resigns. Queen g6 is coming.
Yes, that's seemingly the truth.
Yeah, look, so knight h5 felt really natural to me. I thought it's either a good move, or it's a logical move that is not good, and then, I mean, at least he'll start playing all the board. I mean, it does look reasonable in general. This whole concept of giving up the b5 pawn looks sort of normal to me. So rook c1. Rook c1 kind of makes sense. So he wants to protect d4 in some lines after knight e7. g4 is not a threat anymore. So rook c1, knight e7. Now once again, if he takes on b5, then I think it's just much better version for me comparing to the game. I can do literally anything. Like maybe takes on g3, king g7, maybe bishop g4, maybe bishop d6. Like any move is just three times up comparing.
So it's
to the
just
game.
a long-term positional compensation. This position.
Yeah, that can quickly transform into mating attack. Yeah, I mean you just go f5 and then it's really close. So it's very solid for black, even if he doesn't manage to checkmate. But for white, it's less solid. I mean, it's not that you will definitely have your extra pawn for like 30 moves. You can get checkmated way earlier. So the way he played, once again, it looks reasonable. So he went knight c3, probably hoping for me to protect the pawn, which was not a bad idea, by the way. So I thought like c6 or takes on g3, and c6 kind of makes sense. But somehow I don't know what was the point, because I want to do exactly the same. I want to go king g7, I want to do all the same thing with an extra pawn. But I think after c6, his point is d5 probably.
d5?
Yeah, that's what I thought at least. And then you try to fight for the d5 square, because the king is still on j8. Maybe I'm not in time to get everything. Like knight g6, maybe you just take on c6, I mean... There is no checkmate. So king g7 looks extremely extremely ambitious, so it basically forces white to take on b5, because otherwise it just makes zero sense to me. And now, yeah, I mean, I had many options. Yeah, I think knight g6 is fine. So he played knight c3, I believe. Yeah, knight f4 is probably a mistake, because, I mean, first of all, I have different plans. But secondly, I mean, even if I want to do the stuff with knight f4 and f5, yeah, I mean, obviously I should have played f5 first. And
f5 instantly.
yeah, because the difference is that, yeah, now if f5, f4 is a threat. And then in the game, yeah, he had an option of ignoring it completely.
So now e takes e5 is needed. Otherwise, f4
yeah,
very
sort of. That's what I mean. I was a little worried about some knight d5. I mean, f4 and some brilliant attacks that I failed to find. I mean, it could be something, some rook h7, I thought.
But maybe the position with your compensation will transform to position with Peter's compensation, let's say.
Yeah,
can he like simply give up this g3 bishop? But
yeah, but here I think it's much more likely that it will, yeah, it will transform to resigns for white, to be honest. So yeah, probably white has to take on f5, and then is just much better version for me comparing to the game.
Yeah, so you take and
yeah, queen somewhere, knight f4. I mean, it's just exactly the same. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, maybe white is still fine, but comparing to the game, it's much better version. Because basically, in the same position in the game, his bishop was on e4.
Yeah.
Much.
And
so,
you're no more obliged to play knight h4, by the way.
Yeah, as well, yeah. So maybe sometimes I'll take on g3, go g4, queen f6 or something. Anyway, yeah, knight f4 felt so natural, yeah? I mean, when you see such a move, you want to play it instantly. Which I actually failed to do. I started to think, but still I played it. Which was kind of weird. So queen g2. Now I think it's very important that after bishop g4, I believe he goes bishop d1. That's what I thought, at least. Because otherwise, if he plays something like knight e1 or something, then at least maybe it's also good for white. But at least I keep coming. Some queen f6, h5, I mean, it looks reasonable. But after bishop d1, I actually failed to come up with a, yeah, with a reasonable move.
So bishop d1 protects literally everything, right?
Yeah, sort of. And then he's ready to play knight a4 in some lines. And yeah, I mean,
yeah, I mean, like optically, I mean, despite being the pawn down and having these active pieces on the king side, it doesn't seem that black has equalized fully, and you're just trying to create some threats. Okay, I don't know if f7, f5 will come anyway, but...
well, I don't know. Optically, I would say black is fine. Some queen f6 is also there. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe h5. But in general, I felt like bishop g4, bishop d1 is, yeah, is in white's favor.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, that's why I decided to play f5. And then, yeah, that's exactly why I should have started with f5 immediately. Because here, like, e takes f5, bishop takes f5, I'm happy. But he played bishop c2. And then it's just much better version. I think I pretty much have to take anyway. And then, yeah, I mean, comparing to the position we discussed earlier, white is just like 3 times up. g4. Now I think it's very important that after knight h4 could be winning, actually.
After g4?
Yeah. But I think it works for black after queen g5. Knight takes g6, knight h3. Takes. Knight f8. Yeah, probably king f8.
So white has a rook.
Probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah, takes. And yeah, from far away, it felt scary. Some knight d5 is coming. I mean, some knight d5, bishop f4. But yeah, I mean, knight d5, queen takes d4. Black is just fine, I believe. I mean, maybe black is winning, but like at very least, black is fine. So yeah. This was an important line that probably works for black. This is why he went knight e1, which is logical, queen g5. And now I think it's a very important moment. I don't know if black is fine or not. But in general, so knight h3 check is a threat, and he has many ways of defending queen. And the problem is that, yeah, there is some...
but not king h1, let's say.
King h1 does work and makes a lot of sense, I think.
Really?
Yeah, both we thought the only problem with king h1 is knight h5, probably. Because the thing is, in the game he played rook c2, and then I think it's very important that his knight from e1 doesn't have a square c2. Because otherwise, knight c2, e3 would be coming everywhere. So king h1, I mean, I thought it's reasonable, but knight h5 just works.
Yeah, so the only drawback that the f2 pawn is weakened after king h1, as far as I can see. So
well, knight takes g3 is a check as well, yeah?
yeah, so let's say queen takes, knight g3. So we have to, this is the only move.
Yeah,
H takes, and could like even be better there.
I mean, it could be anything. Some knight d5 is also there, because white is always trying to counterattack with this knight d5, rook takes c7 or something.
Yeah, so knight
but
d5,
yeah, exactly
yeah.
here.
You take on f2
yeah, exactly here. I think it should work for black, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how exactly, but both we felt like okay, it should work. And also, knight takes g3 was not exactly forced. Yeah, we could just start with h takes.
Yeah.
Because then maybe in some endings we don't mind this bishop on g3 being alive, and yeah.
Yeah, maybe we're
eyeballing, as Yasser will say, eyeballing the d6 pawn, yeah, so. Anyway, yeah, rook d1 was also an option, obviously. Which I actually thought kind of makes sense as well. Yeah, I feel like I mean, I have to do pretty much the same. I probably just go bishop f5 and it's a mess. But I actually didn't like this kind of mess, to be honest. I mean, it felt like it's a mess for equality, not for checkmating.
Most
anymore.
likely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because knight d3 is yet to come, or knight c2.
Yeah, here in some lines he just takes on e5, so you can see the difference. Let's say takes, and now knight c2 makes a lot of sense. I mean, in some lines, I don't know, maybe he includes bishop takes f4, maybe not. But in general, this knight c2 e3 idea makes a lot of sense. I mean, at least
yeah,
to
so
me,
let's say, for example, you play h6, h5,
yeah,
it should be a bit late, but... Okay, let's just...
Yeah, but then let's say knight e3, so queen g5 runs into knight e to d5.
So he just trades too many minor pieces, killing your attack, and also just...
I mean, still it's
even,
not that I resign, but I mean, yeah.
It's somewhat unpleasant.
Yeah, it's probably an improvement for white. Or maybe not. But he went rook c2. Rook c2 feels, yeah, a little bit weird to me, I don't know, this whole setup. So bishop f5. So now his problem is that basically the d3 square is the only square available to the knight, and now some rook b2 to e8 is an idea. And suddenly, I mean, it's quite unpleasant to face this. I mean, it's very simple. You just want to go rook 8, take on f5, some knight e2, or h5, h4, whatever. So, yeah, he played something. I think he played...
He took on f4 because we were failing to understand which capture is better. Okay, so...
Yeah, so that actually was quite important. If he plays bishop takes f5, queen takes, and knight a4... So I thought this is very important. Because in terms of ideas, this is what I was originally worried about. Some knight a4 and then c7 start hanging. But then I realized actually even knight d5 is a brilliant position for black. Because now his bishop on g3 is stupid, I just go h5.
You mean brilliant, you mean better, or...?
I mean, at very least it's a very comfortable equality. I think black is better, yeah. I mean, I felt like I would definitely pick up black here.
Yeah,
because you just go h5, I mean, he'll play f3, you go
you have
h4.
quite a clear plan. Let's say if knight takes, you take with rook.
Takes,
let's say rook a5, if I'm not blundering anything.
Yeah, but I don't even see what...
I mean, like, I'm trading rook c7 at some point. Maybe
sure, but I will just defend. And then, I mean, in terms of ideas...
like even rook f7.
Yeah, or queen f7. I mean, in terms of ideas, I just don't see what...
Yeah, very peculiar stuff, but it may work.
Yeah, I mean, in general, it looks extremely solid with this knight on d5. And then, bishop takes f4, which he played is obviously very natural, so the bishop is stupid, so he's happy to trade it. Knight takes. Now, knight d3 I thought is pretty much forced. And I think here I realized I'm actually, like, at very least fine. Well, not at very least, I mean, I'm probably just fine, but somehow it was surprising. Before this rook c2, I felt like I'm worse. And here, I realized it's just fine for black. So he went knight d3. He told me after the game that he blundered knight e6, which I actually saw. But then, what I didn't like was, I believe, queen takes g5, h takes, takes, and I guess knight e2 or something. I mean, it's not that white is much better, but his point was that knight e6 could be just better for black, which I don't think is correct, to be honest.
So 92, let's say if black takes...
Yeah, you take on c7.
Take
okay,
on
I mean,
C7.
it's probably a draw, but it's not that it's black who's playing, you know? I mean,
No,
black,
for sure.
yeah, black is pawn down. Yeah. So, I decided to take on e4, go queen f5. Yeah, I thought it's a very solid approach. I actually did not even see what's wrong with immediate rook e8. I mean, instead of bishop takes e4.
This one.
Yeah, I mean, it looks scary, but actually, why exactly?
Okay, let's say white takes on f5.
Yeah, but then queen takes f5 is much better version for me.
So, I mean, what the difference? The pawn is not hanging. So you take knight e4, let's say.
I think you basically lose d4 immediately. That's the difference.
Yeah. So let's say take.
I mean, you go knight d5 and off with
rook
draw.
d4.
I mean, yeah. It's not that. Not that white is worse, but yeah.
Yeah, well, like rook d4, knight c7 is probably an attempt, but.
Yeah, but I mean, rook e5.
Like tactically, is a bit risky.
Yeah, after rook e5, I think black is just fine. No, I think in general, this kind of endings is just very, very solid for black. So even in the game, I thought I basically give up like 4 tempest for free, but I thought still, I mean, it's a dead draw, and I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, so but it's a kind of a bit paradoxical because you think that you were playing a bit inaccurate, and Peter made, I mean, like you probably criticize him for rook c2, and was it the only moment where he could improve his play?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I mean, obviously, when you give up a pawn, that's the point, yeah? I mean, basically, when you give up a pawn and then you play, like, all the active moves, it's not that you'll make a lot of mistakes. So, yeah, I mean, it could be just about rook c2, rook d1. Okay. I don't know. But I think I should have played, f5 or something instead of knight f4 as well.
Yeah, just to remind the moment, instead of knight...
Yeah, here, I mean, if I want to try this plan, I have to start with f5, of course. Because after e takes, at very least, I can go knight f4 and bishop takes f5. Yeah, I mean, if I want to do the same...
That's a beautiful transposition, by the way.
No, I mean, it is not a transposition, because in the game, let's say queen g2...
Ah, yes, sorry.
Yeah. So it's like knight f4, so I played knight f4, queen g2, f5, and he played bishop c2, which is obviously strong. So e takes f5 is a transposition, but it looks...
Yes.
Like
now I got it.
As the most stupid move in the world, yeah, I mean... Yeah. And then, I felt like white has an idea. And then later in the game, once again, I felt like I should have forced to draw in a much more simple way. But once again, I just wanted to be sure. I thought, okay, this I will never lose. I mean, obviously, when you think this way, you can lose. But yeah, I mean, it takes on f4. I mean, it's way too solid for black. I thought, I mean, okay, come on, it will take me something, to lose this one. So, for instance, here, I think so. His point was after queen d3. I think his idea was rook a to e8, knight g3, and it looks kind of interesting. So, queen takes d4 runs into rook takes c7
rook
first
takes
of all.
C7, yeah.
Yeah. So I think black goes king h8 instead.
Instead of taking on g4, right?
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah. So rook e8.
Yeah, knight g3, king h8. Yeah, king h8 here. Which I thought looks very... Like, I didn't see what's wrong with it, to be honest. And it was a little bit more ambitious than what I played. But once again, I mean, it didn't feel like white can be worse here, to be honest. And then in the game, I thought I'm pretty much forcing a draw. I mean, okay. So I went queen f5 instead, which is obviously way less ambitious. But then I just for straight and rook 8. So knight c3 was also an option. So in terms of ideas, knight c3 is more ambitious move. Yeah, I think his only chance as a settings is bringing the knight to d5. But
can you play it in pretty much the same manner? Let's say rook f4.
Yeah, exactly. Here rook f4 just forces a draw, I believe. So rook d1 runs into rook takes d4. Yeah. By the way, maybe it's not a draw. Maybe black is just much better. Yeah. Anyway, so knight g3 felt natural. Takes. And once again, king g6. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so he played king f1 here, I believe.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, maybe I could. Yeah, I could have looked for some repetition or something. But in general, I mean, I just don't feel like black is worse. I thought I can just wait. The way I played, I think it's very convincing. So I played rook e7.
Yeah, what about h5? Is it possible there? Can you
Well,
try to expand on the king
Well, I
side?
thought in general, like my only chance to lose this one is to allow knight e2 followed by g3 and knight f4.
Probably.
Yeah, so I thought after h5. So I
So
thought
yeah, it's like giving a tempo.
not exactly. No, I think h5 should be fine, but at least I I got his idea. So the point of rook e7 was to prevent knight e2.
Yeah, just double on e.
Yeah, on f, I believe. So knight e2, you go rook
Or
e2
yeah, double on
f7.
f-file.
Yeah, so he went rook e1 instead. Yeah, takes, rook a8.
So you decided to take. Okay, but I think.
Once again, if I go rook f7, yeah, somehow I wanted to be sure. I mean, obviously, yeah, this stage you have a feeling that it's going to be a draw anyway. But somehow, yeah, if I go rook e2 f7, then I think rook e6 check might.
And then rook d2.
Yeah, might be sort of reasonable. Because now I have to calculate stuff. I have to go rook f4, otherwise, I mean, what I played was just stupid. So I have to go rook f4 here. But then it will take me, it will take me a lot, yeah?
Yeah, so it's all about level of risk.
Some rook e7 and then, so I thought, okay, I'll just take on e1. Rook 8, I mean, come on. I have a bishop, his pawns are bad, my structure is good.
Yeah.
The king is coming, it should be a dead draw. Yeah, so we just repeated.
Yeah, maybe it's the good time for white to agree, otherwise the king may proceed to e4 and just...
I mean, it will face rook e3 check. It's not. I mean, it's not that it's a real chance for black. But in general, I don't feel like black is worse at all. Actually, so I mean, okay.
Yeah, probably. So the game full of life, despite it being a draw and well, so probably f5 was an improvement for you, just in terms of human beings. I don't know.
Yeah, probably, because at some point I felt like I could be just better actually after f5, and then I felt like I'm probably worse.
Yeah, anyway, Daniil, thanks for the interview and good luck in upcoming games.
Thanks.